What's up, Dragon Brood? To no one's surprise, had to play Mono Green at some point during the season, right? And I had a couple of lists and variants I've been sitting on and kind of tinkering with. And recently I had some people say, they've been struggling a little bit with Mono Green and they didn't know what cards to play or whatever. So I figured this is probably the best time, so why not go for it? And I think right now an interesting thing isn't even just about which card you're playing in the Mono Green decks. I think some of it is actually about how you're strategically playing around other cards with the Mono Green deck. At least that's what my assumptions are, but you know what? We're going to play some games and find out. Now, in this particular list I went with, you do see that it's a very short list. We're playing nearly maxed out quantities of all the cards, and that's for pretty good reason because you need as much consistency as possible in this list for it to do what it's trying to do. So we're starting out with Ascendant Pack Leader. I will say most of the time the Pack Leader is only going to be a 3-2, occasionally will be a 4-3, so don't expect too much out of it, but that's still pretty good for a 1 mana thing, and even a 2-1 for 1 can mostly block a lot of the early things, and even most 2-2s a lot of the decks are going to play. So, not bad to still include in here. We are playing Blizzard Brawl because that's one of the best removal cards Green's probably ever had, so of course you're going to play a full set of it. Now, the only point of contention I had in my list is I'm only playing 2 Snakeskin Veils, and I was really debating if I wanted to play 3, and I'm not really sure where that third one would come from, but we can talk about that as we go through the list. We have 2 Swarm Shamblers because I wanted something else in the early going, and we do get to put enough counters on our creatures that occasionally you can set the opponent up into a tough situation where if they're killing stuff, you're at least getting a 1-1 to replace it. And against the decks that have the spot removal, or especially when you're talking about like Izzet Epiphany decks or whatever, bouncing something and whatnot, still being able to get another creature for your troubles, though it's small, really does matter because it's consistent damage. Then we have Ranger class, which is one of the ways we're putting counters on things. So, this card's good. You're playing it in all the other green decks, so no surprises there. Have 2 Sculptor of Winter, and this kind of supplements your mana a little bit because we're skimping on land, and we are playing 3 Faceless Havens, so you kind of want to make things a little better. And I think in several mono green lists you're seeing right now, they're playing some number between 1 and 4 Sculptor of Winters. I've seen very few that are doing well that are playing 0, so something else to consider in your mono green builds. Then we're playing 4 Werewolf Pack Leader, which, by the way, if anybody from Wizards is watching, why is Werewolf Pack Leader and Ascendant Pack Leader is Pack Leader one word? That's very confusing when you go to do searches and whatnot. We need some consistency there. Just saying. It's a nitpicky thing, but when you're trying to search for cards and one comes up and the other doesn't, and you're like, what gives? I know they're both called Pack Leader. It's really confusing. Anyway, Kazandu Mammoth, because again we're skimping on land, but these basically give us the option of having 4 more. Not going to complain about it. Then we have 4 Old Growth Trolls because this is the best green creature, I guess, in a lot of ways we could play. It's super versatile in the current format with all the sweepers and whatnot. And then Eska's Chariot. I had lists where I was playing 3 for a while, and realistically 4 is the only right number. I mean, I know some people may not want to play more or whatever, but 4 is the right number. That's all I can say. I rarely am upset I have a Chariot. Then we're playing 3 Uvenwald Oddity, and this is one of the ones that sometimes people are playing more, sometimes they're playing less. But this is a really good card to have after a sweeper. We do have a lot of times where we actually get to 7 mana and can actually use this and flip it, so that's pretty cool too. And then we have 2 Unnatural Growth. Not really sure if we need 1, if we need 2, if we need none. I'm trying out 2, and I think 2 is actually pretty good, and it's threatening in the creature matchups where you get into a weird board stall, and that's awesome. But maybe if you wanted another Snakeskin Veil, this could be where you cut it. Cut one of these, play an extra Snakeskin Veil if you're running into a lot of, like, Izzet Epiphany or whatever, and give yourself a few more chances of keeping your creatures alive. I think this would be the best use of that if you were trying to find that slot. Land-wise, we're just going with 18 Snow-Covered Forests, 3 Faceless Havens. Nothing too surprising there. And like I said, when you're watching these games, really pay attention to the sequencing of the game states and whatever, because I think that is where your edges come from with mono green right now. I think everybody knows the cards. We're all playing plus or minus 2 or 3 cards over each choice for a lot of people. Maybe, you have one quirky card you like that somebody else doesn't like, but in the end, I think they're functionally very similar. The difference you're going to gain, I think, is going to be from how you play around certain things. So enjoy the games. At the end of the games, we'll talk about what we liked, didn't like, if there's any changes, and then we'll have a card spotlight as usual. All right, we're going to keep this, but this is a bit slow, but we'll see what we're up against. Oh boy, we're gonna be doing this. Bleh. Okay. Do. Let's see what's up though. They don't have extra black mana here. That is a really interesting thing to note. So they're gonna have to go search for more black mana. Question then becomes, is it worth it? I'm just trying to decide if I want to play Troll or if I want to play Mammoth here. I feel like Troll is the answer, but don't know if that's 100% accurate or correct. I mean, it's okay. They're just going to Deadly Dispute. That hurts a lot less, I guess. Though it does give them treasure that they could shoot something here if they wanted to. But it looks like they don't want to. Alright, so that was a good decision, because if they did have a Meat Hook Massacre, they'll be able to just get rid of 2 3/3s here, assuming they have a land in hand. So that was what I was concerned about. Just not particularly that way, but it worked out anyway. Okay, they don't have it. That's good news. Yeah, Hypnotic Spectre is would have been a pretty powerful card. And so, oh, they have white mana. Okay, so at least we know what the opponent's playing now. So that part of the equation is solved. Now what do we do? The question is, how much do we want to put at risk? So I think here we just try to attack, which they do successfully let us attack. We get a card. I could just pump the werewolf here and get 9 damage in, but I don't think I'm going to. I feel like... I'm going to do this. And just play it safe. In the event they do have the Meat Hook here and they want to get rid of Troll, we could at least destroy a land, put Troll back into play, and then just play like Chariot next turn. Okay. Well, it wasn't Meat Hook Massacre, but same difference. Alright. And then we'll just give this up. Make the 4/4. Oh, well, that's not a bad one to draw now, is it? Like, get 2 Tramplers. That seems good. Alright, opponent's at 8. I mean, they could just have another Blood on the Snow, which is very likely. Yep. That's what I said. Was not surprised that there was another Blood on the Snow, even a little bit. Alright. This is what we saved it for. Do we want to... We could play this and this next turn and use those to pump that and attack. So, nah, we're gonna forgo playing that as a land. Just for like extra turns break. Yeah, I honestly don't think we need but like 1 extra turns card like every 10 years or something. Like, we just don't need them. But that's my personal... I've never, even before Epiphany, I've never enjoyed or wanted extra turns cards. I don't think they really add enough to the game to justify their existence, but to each their own, you know? Everybody has different things they like. Alrighty. What do we do with this? Oh, actually, I did that wrong. I could have played Mammoth first. That's a mistake. Well... Okay, let's do this. I mean, I guess I could just play Mammoth and shoot a thing. That's almost the same. Okay, sure. Alright. That's dead. We'll go ahead and let them search for first, and then we'll see what happens there. Do. Come on now. All right. Let's tap this. I mean, the chariot's probably dead. Yep. And then we're going to attack. All right. Play another creature out. And then we're probably just going to have to hope for a haste creature or something. I don't know what else we're going to do here. Oh, no. If we can get our unnatural growth, that would be huge, actually. Let's find that. Loss annoying, but unnatural growth's still pretty good. Let's find that. Shambling gas is going to be a pain in our butt. That is none of those things. That does not help us even a little bit. Alright, well, we'll just wait for the opponent to sweep the board and then we'll be dead. I mean, I think that's pretty much all we can do here. I mean, literally, just play your mascot exhibition. Like, what are we doing? Just play your spells, opponent, and then we die. Like, it's kind of an easy equation. Alright, they're going to go to 5. I mean, I guess they could just be looking for a sweeper for insurance or something. I have no idea. Alright, there's the mascot exhibition. There is an Uvenwald oddity. Unfortunately, I only have access to 6 mana right now. So we have to hope they magically somehow have 0 kill spells and all that stuff, which there's no way that's true. Yep. And they're getting to look at a bonus card here.
It's bold to bargain with me.
I mean, unless we just get lucky and they have no answer. Okay, maybe. Maybe. I mean... Alright, everybody gets a +1, I'm assuming. Alright, smart move. Getting brave, getting in there. Alright, come on, untap land. Untap land. If not that, we need unnatural growth. One or the other. But we need something here. Alright. So I guess we just assume they have a kill card and that's what they're saving that open mana for, right? Because we can... Actually, this would be a 8/8. 9, 10. Let's assume this actually works. So we have 8, 12, 13, 14. That'll be 6, so that's 20. And then 6 more is 26. They would have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, I mean, I guess we got to do it. If they have a kill spell, we die anyway. So, you know, whatever. Like, what were we going to do otherwise? I mean, this is all we can do. So, meh. If you got the answers, you got the answers. If you don't, we win. This is more than 4 trample damage. Because this gives everybody +1/+1, haste, and trample. This is an amazing comeback if they actually don't have the kill spells here. This is humongous for us. All right, they're blocking enough damage. They're blocking the correct way. Oh, actually, wait. Hold on. That's already 2. And 3, that's already 5. That's 4 more. Nope. Okay, so that gets blocked. So 5 gets through? No, 6, 7, 8 gets through. That's it, right? Yeah. All right. Did it. Whoo! Wow. Yeah, we'll keep this. Why not? Gonna go ahead and do this. I mean, we need more mana for sure. No doubt about that. You know, there's an argument to be made, though, that we could have done Shambler first. Well, I guess it wouldn't have mattered much anyway. We would have lost either. I guess it would have mattered, though, because it would have been Shambler we lost instead of that, and we still would have had a 1-1. But this looks like another Epiphany deck, because those are the only ones. Oh, no, I'm wrong. Usually it's the Epiphany decks that are playing those. I'm just going to level up here, since we didn't draw the land we needed. And we'll set up that way. Also puts our creature out of range of a simple, like, I don't know, Cinderclasm or something. Alright. I'm not sure what the opponent's trying to set up for here, so let's go with this. Alright. I'm going to divide by 0 that. Okay, sure. Makes sense. Alright, expressive iteration. So this is just a Jeskai Control. I feel like we ran into one of those yesterday and did pretty well. But obviously this draw is going to be pretty rough to get through. So we have to see what we can do with this. Good news is we did manage to get counters on our stuff. So if the opponent were to actually target a thing, we'd be able to generate a little value, which isn't bad. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and attack. Why not? Yep, you get to block. Makes sense. I'm assuming that is a Doomscar or something resembling a Doomscar in their hand. Or in Foretell, I mean. But we have to force them to have it. If they got it, they got it. Here you go. Environmental Sciences. Still doesn't mean that's not what that is. I'd still put money on the fact that is what that is. Unless it's an Epiphany, but I'm pretty sure. Okay, well, it might be both now. Okay. Well, not a lot to be done here. So now it's kind of an ugly spot because it's how much do we want to dedicate to the board at hand, knowing or at least assuming things are going to get swept here. So what I'm thinking is we could attack. I almost want to play a Chariot and then just play the other Chariot next turn. I don't know if that's a good enough play here. I mean, we're just going to attack here to start with. I'm just deciding if I think I'm going to play the Chariot, then I'm going to pump this. If not, I mean, I'm not going to pump this if I think I'm going to play the Chariot. If I play the Chariot, I leave it alone. And I think I'm just going to attack here. And you know what? I'm going to level this up anyway, and after the fact. I missed a point of damage there, but I changed my mind at the last second. I decided I'm just going to force the opponent to deal with what's on board for now. And if their plan is just like cast Epiphanies or whatever, then so be it. Okay, well, okay, they're just loading up more stuff. That's fine, I guess. Alright. Revelry makes sense. Okay. We could risk one of the oddities now. That would not be the worst thing. What if we do this? And we'll level one of these. And I mean, do I want to put this at risk? I mean, I'm not even sure what they're going to do other than bounce it, maybe. But I'm willing to just attack with these, because if they don't have Fading Hopes, then this one's already targeting one. Alright. Like, if they don't have Fading Hopes, then Divide by Zeros have to just bounce a Chariot. Alright, so they did have the Fading Hopes. So it didn't really matter here. They were going to bounce the thing regardless. Now, the only benefit here is because we do have hasty creatures here, we will be able to attack, possibly if it sneaks through, with like 6/6s, which is kind of good. Alright, they're going to get extra cards in hand. This... Okay, I'm assuming there's at least one Fading Hope over there. Man, I really needed another land here. Would have been nice. Would have been real nice. Alright. We'll try this. It's not going to get countered. It's just what gets bounced here. And we're just going to attack. Yeah, it's a little bit of aggressive, though. They probably should have waited to see if I put the counters on it. I probably wasn't, but, you know, they don't know that. Interesting. So, they decided to hold the 1/1. I guess they just could be going for a hull breaker here. Is their best plan. Nope. Epiphany first. Yeah, if that was the plan, I'm not sure why you wouldn't just block with the other token. Might as well just take the damage, but is what it is, I guess. Man, I have mana envy right now. Oh, that's rather nice. Huh. What can we do with this? Unfortunately, I don't have another mana, because that would be nice. That would be real nice. Dang it. Man, this is like turn 1 million, and I'm still at 4 lands here. That's tough. Real tough. They don't have any creature lands, so that's good. Alright, I mean, I guess we do this. Feels kind of gross. But what else are we going to do? Put a counter there. Put a counter here. Why not? Alright, what's the plan, opponent? Alright, that's what we assumed. Like, there was nothing we were going to do otherwise there. We'll keep. Oh, I've told you before, like, if I make mistakes, I just make mistakes. Like, y'all gotta... I always tell people, like, you know, if you're worrying about playing perfect and whatever, like, that's all crap. Like, it really is. And I see it, I mean, I get it on my content, but I see it on other people's as well. There are many ways to get stuff done. This sucks, because I really need a land here. Alright. Well, I already played that. Do I want to... I'm going to do this. See if maybe we can get lucky and get cards into our hand. No, it's fine. I mean, that's what chat's for. Like, you see stuff live and you want to talk about it, like, that's totally okay. I have no problem with that. I'm assuming one of these wolves have to die, right? Nope, you're just going to give me 2 cards? That's a shocker. Definitely didn't see that coming. So opponent just took a whole 7 there. Why is that? Oh, they must be preparing for a memory deluge. That's what's about to happen. So we'll just put this in tapped, I guess. And... Alright, let's say they memory deluge. What do you do for 5? I guess you sweep the board here? Because it could be a burn down the house. Alright. I guess I'll just do this. If it's a burn down the house, it's a burn down the house. I mean, not a lot we're going to do about it. If they just have it, they have it. Okay. Unexpected windfall. Alright. Well, you can Epiphany here. And then what? Smoldering egg into something. I don't know what something's going to be yet. That's an 8. You could block that. Take 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so we're going to try to be a little crafty here. Let's see what happens when we try to stick a pack leader. And then we try to fight with this pack leader because it has summoning sickness. I assume something's going to get countered or bounced here. I mean, I assume this is the play, right? Okay, that makes sense. I can't do anything to save it, so it'll just take its 4. Doesn't have counters on it yet, so we don't get a magical 1/1, unfortunately. Now we try this. Alright. That's it. It actually overwhelms people badly. And I think that's a big mistake for people to introduce new people to the game like that. Because I always try to tell people, think about when you're learning Magic, how much you had to understand, right? Just learning, okay, this costs this much, and I can play this to protect this creature, or whatever, right? And then it's like, okay, now I have to remember what my opponent's stuff does, because I might want to block and do something. But then my opponent got another card, and like, you're trying to process all this in real time. And then if you're brand new, imagine doing that when there's 4 board states where they all affect each other anytime one thing happens, right? That's a lot. That's a lot for people. But I see people do it all the time. Like, they like to teach their friends using Commander. So, I don't recommend it. I think it's a mistake, personally. I've just seen it go bad more often than it goes good. Even if it's just learn the basics through starter decks, playing some basic deck games with somebody, whatever. Then, you know, after they figured it all out, a month in or something, okay, cool. Now let's try a full 60-card constructed deck with real cards that do stuff. All right. Now let's try to play a commander deck with 100 cards and all these crazy abilities or whatever. And I think that's a much better experience for people. All right. We kind of got shields down to do whatever we want here. So this is awesome. Okay, I guess we just attack with all of it, because why not? Oh, that is awesome for next turn. Okay. I'm not sure what the opponent's play here, because even if they play a dragon or something, we don't really care when they're at 8. And they'll have to tap the Despera Sentinel to do something. Yeah, we've kind of got it all right here. Even if they kill something, because we have a hasty oddity here. Ooh, a burn down the house, though. That is a good call. That is a good call. We'll put it on here. We got another troll for our troubles. What do we want to do here? We can just play this. Or... yeah, I guess that's just what we do, right? Well, the problem is if we do that, we can't make this. Like, I don't have a way I can play this and still set this up for the following turn, which is really funny. I'm really surprised Burn Down the House was in that list, to be 100% honest with you. I guess I could just attack for 4. No, that still doesn't do anything. There's really no good play here, right? Because if I tap these, then... oh, it is a colorless mana, though. I could do that to sacrifice. Never mind. So, yeah, let's do that. For some reason, I was thinking I had to tap green to get that, but I don't. So, yeah, let's do this. That sounds great. All right. We won't play that. There's no need. No need to put extra stuff at risk here. Because now we can make a 4/4, we can threaten to attack with 2 creatures, or we could attack with the Oddity. So, like, that's fine. Because Oddity tramples. He has Tramplay. Alright, opponent gets Treasure. What are we going to do with that Treasure? Gonna make another creature. Okay, so this will keep them alive. This is a good thing for them. Alright. So, pass. They go to the end step. We'll go ahead and make a 4/4, which we can copy with the Chariot, by the way. That is also nifty. So I activate this, or I just attack with this. That's 8 minus 2, 3, 4, 5. So they would be at 3. If they just block with 2, they'd be at 1. I think I'm going to get in there with the... yeah, because if I copy that... Yeah, let's do it. And if you just want to block all the things with the Chariot, then whatever. Alright. That's a weird block. You might as well just block with one of them. But I guess they're planning on sweeping the board again or something. But even if they do, they're just going to die. Because they know we've got Faceless Havens already. Oh, there's some... Yeah, that doesn't change much, though. Yeah. Same thing. Alright. How many things die? Starting there. Well, good thing. Deck is at least trying. We're finding lands. Good, good, good. Alright. Please don't meet Hook for 1. I would like to find a land and play a Chariot first. Oh, that's going to be a pain in our butt, isn't it? That is not a land. And that does not help our cause any. We could attack here. Actually, we kind of have to, or this is going to flip anyway. So I almost want to just trade for the pack leader. I doubt they're going to do it. But I'm hoping this... I was going to say, I'm hoping this draws a land. Because if it doesn't, we're in a world of hurt. Alright, that helps immensely. Alright. Now, if we can survive a Meat Hook Massacre here... Alright, opponent did not have a Meat Hook Massacre. They did flip their Deuter, though. There's a chance they have a counter, so I'd rather roll this out first instead of this, because this is very good all on its own. So let's see what the opponent has here. Alright, do you just kill our Chariots? Alright, well, you can kill our Chariot and block something, and I guess we're willing to accept that. That's just terms of war here. Alright, not a bad replacement. Oh, just a Deluge. Ooh, okay then. Alrighty. Yeah. Well, that's kind of awesome. Meat Hook is still good for them here unless I draw a 4 mana or a 4 power creature. Well, no, even then, because they'll gain a bunch of life from the Meat Hook. So they're still fine if they have a Meat Hook Massacre. Alright, that does the job too. Something to kill this? Nope. Alright, we got there. Alright, we get to go first. Yeah, it's a lot of mana in this hand, but I think it's fine. All right. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming around. It says, hey, Power, you think it's possible as a part-time player to build and play a deck to diamond? Absolutely. We have people do it all the time. You can totally get high enough without spending a bunch of money. Yep, I will accept that trade. Sun Gold Sentinel. That's a trade I don't want, sadly. Alright, let's give you some targets. I will let you choose. Whatever you think is more threatening. No attacks, because that's not worth a trade there. There's a good chance these are both going to end up exiled at some point anyway, but no, there's just an Adeline on the other side. That totally changes things. Well, we'll block a 1/1 token, let me tell you. Mammoth's on that duty all day. This is a little intriguing, because I was thinking about doing this and leveling. If we do that, how much damage do we possibly take? We could end up taking 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, that'd be more than that. Because that'd be 3, 7, 1 token is 8, and then this is 5, so it'd be 13. Ugh. But if the opponent doesn't block here and we do that, they also take 9 or an 11. That seems like I'm trying too hard if I do that. Let's not. And say we didn't. Let's go with this. I like that better. And so we have some extra blocking options. We can block the 1/1. We can trade a cat token for a sentinel if we want to. Like, just more things in our favor here that make this a little bit better. They're only attacking with Adeline. I mean, do we block with Chariot? What are they going to do to protect? I mean, I guess they could play, you know, whatever. Destroy a creature with power 4 or toughness 4 or bigger. I mean, I guess that's a thing. I guess if you got it, you got it. Whatever. Can't play, like, scared if you don't. I mean, whatever. I guess that's what they've got. Yep. Alright. I mean, it's one of those ones you just have to say, if you got it, you got it. Right? Can't be afraid of it. Oh, now that adds another layer to things here. We like that. We attack with these. Because why not? Ooh, another troll. Nice. This is not bad. I mean, if they double block, I'm fine with that too. I will trade those 2 for their 2 and leave them with an empty board. Love it. They just want to block there? Okay. I mean, I'm still going to put Adeline in front. I mean, if you got something, you got something. Like, I am okay with that. I'm like, what you got for us? Oh, another Adeline. That's why. Well, we found a good old card right here. Let's go with this so we can attack with multiple things. And then, yeah, everybody's going to come to the party. All right. I mean, I guess. I don't know what they're going to do, so sure. That worked out pretty well. Started out a little rough. Recovered very nicely. Yep. Now we're just playing cards for the sake of playing cards. So I'm going to do the same then. Alright. And get in there with everything. All right. All right, so Monogreen did Monogreen things. Nothing too surprising there. But like I said, there was a lot of sequences where it's like, do I play this card or that card? Do I want to set up scenario? One of the biggest things, really, I would say, is I caught myself trying to set up scenarios where I can get the 4/4 troll token during my opponent's end step. So if they do use a Blood on the Snow or they use a Meat Hook Massacre, I can get that 4/4 token during their end step. And then most importantly, a lot of times if I already had a Chariot out, that allows you to then, no matter what you get, activate your Chariot, attack, and now you have the Chariot plus 2 4/4s with Trample. If you have a 4 power thing in hand, now you get even extra value out of that turn. So even something like that was a very, very big deal. So those are the type of plays I would keep track of. After all the games, I think again I'm in the same situation that if I thought I was running into too many spot removal cards or maybe even too many creatures that just exile my stuff from the white aggro decks, it's possible that I would want another Snakeskin Veil and I would probably remove one Unnatural Growth. It's arguable that there's probably something else to remove, so feel free to experiment and see, but that's kind of my suggestion off the top of my head. But again, if I was worried about Monowhite Aggro decks, I probably would want the Unnatural Growth, so who knows? Maybe there's something else, but that's the only slot I would look at messing around with. If you wanted to be really risky, you could take out a Forest and see what the hell happens. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Lurking Predators. This card, I feel, is one of the most fun green cards you can play if you're playing a creature heavy deck in Commander. Mostly because it's like a roulette wheel every turn. It's just like, okay, am I getting something or not? And it's a great way to rebuild your board state. You know, if you're playing against somebody who's bouncing things and killing things and sweeping the board and doing all this, like every time they make an action effectively, you're like, great, I'm going to put a dude into play. Well, maybe. There's some reasonable odds you'll get a creature, but it leads to a lot of fun situations and surprising situations as well. So, big fan of this card. I have it in my Rift deck, and I'll probably be playing it in the Sliver deck I'm finishing because that sounds awesome. Anyway, don't forget, if you want today's deck list, it will be down in the description below, along with links to our Facebook gaming streams, our Twitch streams, and our Discord. Or if you want to just come get more footage of the decks we're playing today, you can find those on Facebook as well. What else we got going on? Lots of stuff. Thank you. I need to remind everybody, I gotta say thank you for helping us reach 15,000 subscribers finally. That's such a big deal. It's a huge milestone for me, so thank you for that. And if you haven't, remember to check out the memberships here on the channel, because that's how you get to interact with the content. You get to decide what we have and even get your decks featured. So yeah, check that out. And then finally, if you haven't, like, subscribe. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's keep the channel moving up in the world. So yeah, remember, hit that like button. Most importantly, hit the subscribe bell or notification bell, and make sure to select all. We have some people who weren't getting some of the videos. That's one way to make sure you will get it. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.